by way of family. All that is what feeds a brain.
Nice. So, y'all are my tribe. Paleo Effects, I appreciate you guys so much. So, if you go to feedabrain.com/VIP, you get 50% off that. But look, I'm on a mission to improve neurorehabilitation. And neurorehabilitation starts in the hospital. So why does this matter to you? Check this statistic out. There are about 36.5 million hospitalizations per year. And each of those lengths is about 4.5 days. It means about 11% of the population will spend 4.5 days in the hospital each year. And during that time, you're going to receive the standard of care. So what is the standard of care? So it was coined in medical malpractice claims. And here it is, a medical malpractice claim requires that the defendant deviated from the applicable standard of care. So if a healthcare professional deviates from the standard of care, they're in danger of being sued for medical malpractice. Let's see what the standard of care looks like in hospital food. Hospital food, this stuff. Cheese and tomato sandwich, I don't know what that stuff is. Not sure. And this is apparently the pescatarian dish. So we all know the hospital food is gross, right? And this is the standard of care. Okay, so for people like me who are unable to eat conventionally, remember I was eating to retube my belly. I was receiving processed liquid formula. Can you imagine what the ingredients of the processed liquid formula that's being fed to patients who are unable to eat conventionally consists of? Let's take a look. Ingredients: glucose syrup, sugar, milk protein concentrate, vegetable oil, soy protein isolate, fructooligosaccharides. That's not one candy bar. That's breakfast, lunch, and dinner for months or years for some patients. This is the standard of care. And this can go on for months or years for some patients. If you have a loved one in a nursing home or in hospice who is unable to eat conventionally, I'm talking about them. People on death row have it better. At least they have last rites. They get to choose whatever meal they want for their last meal. They're literally war heroes, where their last meal is fortified glucose syrup. This needs to change. I work with clients in a medical situation and who are also, this needs to change. We can infiltrate hospital nutrition and medical practice. I know this because I work with clients in a hospital setting. In the past 6 months, I've had a 100% success rate in not only getting the medical team to allow practices outside of the standard of care, but to help in the implementation of those practices. Can you see how this might be valuable? And I'm going to show you, in the next 5 minutes, I'm going to show you how. So, again, standard of care, let's define it now. So this is the standard of care in a medical malpractice case. The type and level of care an ordinary prudent healthcare professional with the same training and experience would provide under similar circumstances in the same community. Ordinary, same, similar, same. So if you were given a grim prognosis or a loved one was given a grim prognosis like I was, would you like an ordinary healthcare professional to give you the same treatment that gets the same or similar results? Yet if they deviate from this, they're in danger of being sued. So how do we get around this? Again, I have a 100% success rate in coaching my clients to get around this. Want to know how?
Yes.
Don't ask. Seriously, don't ask. When you ask if you can implement something outside of the standard of care, if the physician's answer is anything but the standard of care, they can be putting their license in jeopardy. If you ask them what they think about a practice that's not the standard of care, and their answer is anything but a recommendation of the standard of care, they're putting their medical license in jeopardy. So don't ask. Ever heard of the tenets of medical ethics? Check this out. So the tenets of medical ethics are ethical principles in medicine. And the very first one is patient autonomy. The patient has the right to refuse and choose their treatment. So don't ask. Tell them what treatment you choose. The only question you ask is how we can make that happen. And if they say, nope, they're still not doing it, say, cool. Please refer me to a physician who will treat me with the treatment I choose. This works. This is how we change medical practice. Through education and patient empowerment. See, I had so much success because I empowered myself. And I want you all to empower yourself. And if you need assistance, reach out. See, I had a less than a 10% chance of survival, let alone recovery beyond a persistent vegetative state. I've regained so many of my abilities. And because I've regained so many of my abilities, I have a unique ability to harness attention, which I intend to use to bring about a positive change in medicine and in healthcare and in the world in general. Because I have this ability, I have a responsibility, I feel like. Our sick and our dying are currently not given the nutritional tools and supplies to fortify survival, let alone vitality. 36.5 million Americans will spend an average of 4.5 days in the hospital, during which time they're likely going to get the standard of care, unless something's done. I bring my experience, my knowledge, and my connections, and I partner with clients to empower them to choose their treatment based on science that is not currently the ordinary, same, or similar standard of care. And my clients get the treatments they choose, which are anything but standard. This information needs to be spread far and wide, because the standard of care is the standard. It's not what is possible. For us to transform humanity, for us to evolve medicine, we can't stick to the ordinary standard of care. And you all know this, which is why you're here. If you are someone who this is resonating with on any level, if you have a loved one in a compromised situation, or you want this information on hand, because when an emergency situation presents itself, you don't have time to do the research. I want you to take your phone out right now. I want you to take my, that should have been doing its thing the whole time. I want you to take your phone out, and I want you to text me. I want you to save my information in your phone. And if you want to talk about a loved one in need, about consultation services, or online programming, or moving the needle for a hospital in your area. Maybe you're a doctor, a registered dietitian, or especially if you're a nurse, text me and let's talk about how we can support each other, and let's set up a meeting. This isn't working. Okay, Sorry, I meant to do that a long time ago while I was yapping there.
I visualized what it's gonna look like.
Alright, cool. Okay, so this light that makes up who we are, this life force energy that makes up who we are, it has wings. It has wings that can take us anywhere. Yet we've been placed in a system that clips our wings and takes away our power. So let's take these broken wings and let's challenge authority. Let's take these broken wings and let's defy dogma. Let's take these broken wings and let's demand different. Let's take these broken wings and let's fly.
Those sounds are fireworks.
How long was that?
About 20 minutes.
Yeah?